Frustrated by their inability to break through the Ukrainian defenders, the Russians continue to do what they know best: attacks on civilian targets. But Ukrainian air defense is doing its job. Destruction of a Kh-101 missile on its approach to Kiev last night. During this morning's attack on Ukraine, a Russian missile targeted the Zaporizhzhia hydro power plant dam. The dam is holding on, but the missile hit the trolley with people headed to their early work shift. There is no threat of the dam breach, states Ukhrhydroenergo operating the said power plant. The fire at the station continues. Emergency services and electrical engineers are working on site fighting the aftermath of the numerous airstrikes. There is no threat of a breach. The situation at the dam of the station is under control, the company stated. And this is lame. The US has urged Ukraine to halt attacks on Russia's energy infrastructure, warning the drone strikes risk driving up global oil prices and provoking retaliation, according to 3 people familiar with the discussions, report Financial Times. The US has urged Ukraine to halt attacks on Russia's energy infrastructure, warning the drone strikes risk driving up global oil prices and provoking retaliation, according to 3 people familiar with the discussions. The repeated warnings from Washington were delivered to senior officials at Ukraine's State Security Service, the SBU, and its Military Intelligence Directorate, known as the GUR, the people told the Financial Times. The problem with this announcement is that Ukrainian attacks on Russian refineries is the most successful strategy that Ukraine has implemented this year. And those attacks immediately resulted in reduced oil production in Russia and a big problem for the Russian economy. But it is obvious that the West is continuing with the tactics in which it supports Ukraine, but also gives weapons in limited quantities, enough to be able to defend itself but not to anger Russia at the same time. As we sad, lame. The morning in Belgorod started with explosions and air defense operating over the city. As a result, the Belgorod Arena building was damaged. The fighting and explosions in Belgorod are another embarrassment for the Russian armed forces, since for a week now they have failed to suppress the Russian rebels who invaded Russian territory. And according to information, it is only a few hundred soldiers. When we look at the Russian armed forces, it seems that 50,000 soldiers would be enough to conquer all of Russia. Most of the people in this video are dead. Dynamic Protection of the 5th generation decided to quickly record a video, according to the author. After 5 minutes, an FPV drone arrived. Most of the Moscow boys from the video died. Drones are dominating the battlefield now. A Russian BM-21 Grad MLRS is destroyed by units of the 46th Airmobile Brigade. Russians fleeing the site were also hit. This is another example of drone warfare. In Russian Orenburg, cops broke into a nightclub and arrested its administrator and art director, who are now facing 10 years in jail for propaganda of international LGBT movement. This movement is considered extremist in Russia, which is currently waging a deadly war against a smaller country. Yeah, Russia is really a wonderful place to live.
Убираем руки на стойку. Ничего не достаем, ничего не ложим. Никто меня все повернулись, никто сюда не смотрит.
The largest attack on the Ukrainian energy sector recently. Russian forces fired more than 60 Shahed drones and almost 90 missiles happened last night, said President Zelensky. What we know as of now? Kharkiv. Russians have carried out more than 15 attacks on energy facilities, and the city is almost without electricity. Zaporizhzhia. Russians launched 12 missile attacks. Infrastructure facilities and civilian buildings were damaged, and there are casualties. Dnipro HPP was targeted. Kryvyi Rih and Sumy region, emergency shutdown schedules are introduced. Vinnytsia, Lviv, Ivano-Frankivsk, and Khmelnytsky regions. Another attack on a critical infrastructure facility, Poltava region. Preventive shutdowns of substations have been applied and a schedule of emergency shutdowns has been introduced. Power engineers are working to restore power supply. I think we could all use a smile right now. Ukrainian defender learns he's going to be a dad while on positions in the front lines. Look at his face. May their baby grow up in peaceful Ukraine.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.